Another one of Kip's clips. So I'm going to do a live tour around the Glenlee, the tall ship. I'll take my time and do it all. And getting paranoid it hasn't worked. Oh, hold on. If anybody's there, just type a daft message so I know it's actually working. Is there anybody in there? Anyway, so live tour of. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much, Pam. That's beautiful of you. You know, I might actually go into the cafe and grab myself some food now. But I'll do that after the tour, of course. So, I discover the tall ship, Glenlee. Now, I can't read it off the screen, it's harder, so I'm just going to... So you might not see it all, do my best. Glenlee survived 2 world wars, the notorious Cape Horn, hurricanes and threats of scrapping, restored as a visitor attraction. She's the only big Clyde-built sailing ship afloat in the UK. The ship's story spans more than a century. Features destinations such as Nagasaki, Melbourne and Buenos Aires. Over the years and across the oceans, thousands of sailors have sailed on her. Step aboard to discover their stories and more. So we'll be definitely doing that. And I might even do a wee bit. I might scrub the decks and all that. Caulk the decks and slice the ropes. Visitors to the Glenlee can learn all sorts of traditional skills from the crew or just watch them working aloft among the rigging. It is pretty cool. When they did open this, it was actually a paid attraction, but nobody would pay for it. So they opened it up just to donate donations. The tall ship hosts all kinds of events, from special activities from children to opera and theatre performances. Perhaps you have a special occasion you'd like to celebrate in this unforgettable vessel. You can have dinners and all that. So if you like pirates, this is the place for you. So there's the Glenlee there. It was launched in December the 3rd. Like her sister ships built by Anderson Rogers, she takes her name from a villa in Port Glasgow. She was renamed Isla Mount 3 years later. Isla Mount? Isla Mount? Not sure how to pronounce that. But hey, I should have paid more attention at school. Sorry about these big stupid fences. So there's the captain. He done it for what, 11 years? Captain Richard Owen takes the ship round the Cape of Good Hope, and during a 10-day winter storm, he's the longest serving captain, spending almost 3 years in command. Fucking hell. Imagine doing 3 years on one ship. Isla Mount, formerly Glenlee, makes her last voyage under the red insignia, the flag of the British Merchant Navy. She has circumnavigated the world 4 times and spent more than 5,000 days at sea. And the Spanish Navy purchased the ship as a training vessel and renamed her the Galetti, sea nymph for Greek mythology. So it was in the Spanish Navy as well. The Galetti embarks on her last seagoing voyage under the Spanish flag. So in the Spanish Navy as well. Oh, no, do you know what? I've been neglecting to show you the dates. 1959. 1922, the Spanish purchasers. And 1919 was our last voyage for the Merchant Navy. So... Sorry, I was neglecting that there. 1959, that was our last voyage. So this was sailing the seas until 59. Wait till you go inside, that's amazing. The Clyde, 1992, Clyde Maritime Trust purchased the Galetti for about 40 grand. Wow. And when was that, 92? could stay in that. Anyway, she returned to the Clyde where she was given back to her original name, and work begins on restorations. All the nines. 1999, Glenlee is towed to Greenock. Alright, Tony, Cutty Sark Tall Ships Race. In August, she opens as a visitor attraction at the York Hill Quay. In 2011, the final leg of the journey of the Glenlee is towed to her current berth at the Riverside Museum. So, now, I'm going to go on board and be a pirate. Well, honestly, this is a real cool attraction, man. Got all sorts of good stuff in there. All sorts. Oh, sorry. How you doing? Yeah, I'm just going in. See you later. I should have said going aboard. I don't know my maritime terminology. I'm going aboard, Captain. I'm going aboard. Right, so welcome aboard. Somebody stole the headphones. So, sail back in time. Tall ship Glenlee is one of a handful of surviving sailing ships built here on the River Clyde in their hundreds. She's a lucky ship, managing to overcome the forces of Mother Nature and using advances in technology to survive in an ever-changing world. Since the late 19th century, her role has progressed from a cargo ship carrying goods across the world to a training ship for the Spanish Navy, and now finally as a floating museum representing Scotland's shipbuilding past. Step back in time and enjoy your visit. 1896, the cargo ship. So, wow, man. Actually used during the Victorian Empire. That is quite amazing to think about it in those sort of terms. And that was it. Didn't hear about that name of it, but
this is how they
Clara Stella, the training ship. That will be Isle of Mount if it was named after somewhere in Port Glasgow. Anyway. So, you know, I don't know all my terms and stuff, but let's go up. Oh. Right, I'm taking my hat off because I don't want to lose it. Check that out. You know, I honestly thought more people would have been interested in this than listening to me rattling on about the news. Sadly mistaken, I don't know. But look at the view you get from up here. Stoning, to say the least, and there's the wee, sort of the wee thing that blesses it. Oh, fuck's sake, thank God I didn't jump out my skin there and drop my phone. Wow, you see the scale of it, man. And like, where's the crow's nest? Have they got a crow's nest in this? They must have a crow's nest in it. Man, to think this was actually sailing the seas during the height of the Victorian Empire. No, I'm not saying you don't appreciate it, Charlotte. I just thought more people would be interested in this. I thought they would have been like that. Shut up about the news and show me around the ship. I personally now love this stuff way more than the news shit. I can't see a crow's nest. Look, there's the only sort of a bit you could see. Let me see. That bit there you could stand on. But you know, like in the films, you know, in Pirates of the Caribbean, you know, the documentary channels, the Hollywood, you always used to think there's like a pure crow's nest right up at the top of these masts. And it doesn't appear to be on this ship, at least anyway. Right, I'm going to go down. These are pretty steep, so God, I could fall and break my neck. Right, now something I have learned about coming up here. Now that says that's a 4 hatch, right? But this being a cargo ship, on the deck which I'm on, and listen, I don't I don't know nothing about the terms and stuff, so I'm probably not using the right terms. I'm using layman's terms. So on the main deck, because it's a cargo hold, these hatches, that's like a lid, so they open up. They open up, and that's like back in the day when the ship was over in the British Empire raping and pillaging. They would rock up and just drop all the loot and all the stuff down there, and that goes actually right down to the bottom to the cargo hold, which we will be going to, so stay tuned. There's that's called the foremast. Okay, so hold on a second. Foremast and 4 hatch. I notice a pattern here. So is this must be because this is the 4 forward. This is my best guess here. Right, I'm going to ring the bell a few times. It's got to be done. Got to be done. I know, big kid, I know, man, but fuck it. Wow, look at that, man. Can you see that? I wonder if that's the original bell. That can't be the original bell. You can't have a date on the bell. No, that's just the date of the Glenlee, I think. I don't think that bell can be from 1896. I don't know, actually, but I doubt it very much. I doubt that's another. I'm no bell expert, but I don't know if it looks that old. How can you tell an old bell? Anyway, let's go inside. Oh, right, sunglasses off. Right, there's the good stuff. Oh, cool, let's see this. Carpenter's workshop. So this is where the carpenter used to do his stuff. Carpenter, aged Quinn, aged just 21, deserted the ship in Australia. 1912, his replacement was a 49-year-old Norwegian, Sorensen. Sorensen became the highest earning crewman on board, Isle of Mount, earning a substantial £7 per month. Woo! This reflected a high status on board the ship. No ship would set sail without a designated chippy. Fish and chips on board, along with the salt maker. Oh, I know what the salt maker is. That's for the sails. That's for the sail maker, steward, and cook. The carpenter was exempt from the watch system. Instead, they would work a 12-hour day from 6 to 6 until they were given the nickname the Idlers. Although their long shifts give this name a certain degree of irony, Sorensen's main role was to keep the weather deck watertight. So this must be the weather deck we're on, which would make sense. To do this, the deck had to be caulked lengths of oakum, derived from hemp or jute, were hammered down in between the deck planks, and hot pitch poured over to seal the gaps. This was a never-ending task, as old and worn sails had to be replaced throughout the voyage. Right, so it says, can you guess what set of tools carpenter used? Guess your answers, then press the task button and a tool button at the same time to find if you're correct. Alright, hold on. I need to press. Right, caulking the deck. Right, caulking the deck. caulking iron and mallet. That's got to be right. I'm going to see if I can do this. I don't know, it's hard to do with. Yes, I was right. Cutting wood. That would be planes. No, saw and chisels. Cutting wood. Yeah, I was right. Drilling holes. Oh, bench drill. Yeah, I was right. Shaving wood. Planes. Wrong. Shaving wood. That's right. Alright. Must have pushed the wrong one. Hey, I'm having more fun than the kids in here. Oh, toilets. I don't know why I find that. Interesting. Let's go and have a look at the toilet. Oh no, it's not a toilet. I thought that was a toilet. Just a room. There you go with it. Oh no, it was the toilet. Oh right, so here's the heads, the carpenter. So that was the toilet. I've obviously just not kept it open. The term derives from a time when the toilet area for ordinary sailors was coated at the head or the bow of the ship. shitting off the head or the bow. In sailing ships was a logical position for two reasons. First, it was downwind. Get the ideas.
Don't go that way.
Now, as you can tell, this is all original. But there you can, that's the iron, I think. That's the anchor points out there. I don't know if you can see them. Going to have a shift here on the other side. Crew only. I need to go and see that other room in here before I go. Play with this. So in the afternoon one and all. Right. Here we go, the hospital. So the hospital was up where the toilet was. So get the carpenter, and his job is to keep the weather deck all sealed, so that's why his workshop is there. Why is there rats? Right, let's get downstairs. Oh God. So, it's the weather deck up there. Cargo hold down there. And this would certainly make anybody feel seasick. Me and my sister, when we were here last time, the decks, for obvious reasons, aren't flat. They slant away from the middle, and they go that way as well. So It's very strange walking along here. But I'm going to go back upstairs along the deck and then come back down the other side. It's not working. Oh no. This was working last time I was here. Sending out secret Illuminati messages. The bunks aren't they actually that bad? Are they bunk beds? Must be. He's wanting to see a mod. Look how funny that is. Catch drips. Alright, we'll go down to the cargo hold later. I'm going to do everything upstairs first because I'm thinking signal. Alright, so that was the wee front bit. Sunglasses, need to get back on. And let's scrub the decks, eh? Do, 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 do. Right, let's see. This is for me. They knew I was coming. It's for the kids. Oh fuck! I'm done. Can you hear the music? So, right, let's get into this. So that's carpenter stuff, the shitter, down to the cargo hold, the hospital. So that's where the hospital would have been obvious up there for obvious reasons to sort of I think to, what am I thinking of? It'd have been up there to, what do you call that when you put in somebody in lockdown? Oh man, I'm having a brain fart. Quarantine, that's what I'm thinking. Right, so that wee bit up there, the shitter, the hospital, the carpenter. This looks like the food bit, the mess hall. So I'll go in there in a wee second. This looks like the kitchen in here. Fish. I would never, the galley. Charles Fieldwood was an 18-year-old apprentice aboard Isle of Mont in 1912. 40 years later, and now a captain, Fieldwood recounts a story about the difficulties in boiling water for a cup of tea during the storm encountered off the Cape of Good Hope, June 1912. The steward boiled some water on the only fire alight, which was the master's saloon, and managed to make a bucket of tea for each watch during the morning. How well it tasted after being so many hours without anything hot to eat or drink. Such conditions can only be appreciated by those who have experienced them. It was always a source of wonderment to me why the galley was placed in the waist of the ship, unless it was so placed to save grub in bad weather when none could be prepared or cooked. Soft bread was always off in these conditions and only hard tack served. Each man had merely 3 small cobs of bread during the week when baking was practicable. So here's your biscuits. Scale of provisions. So there you got water, soft bread, biscuit, salt beef, salt pork, preserved meat, fish, potatoes, dried or compressed vegetables, peas split, peas green, flour, rice, oatmeal, tea, coffee, sugar, milk, butter. milk, butter, dried soot, pickles, dried fruit, fine salt, mustard, pepper, curry powder. Curry powder? Onions? Fuck's sake, they had curry powder back then. It's not too shabby. Seen all that stuff. So that's the galley. Let's see what this is. So it's like the mess hall, I suppose. This is where they used to eat. Donkey's breakfast. Hope you took your allergy tablets before coming out. There's the wee windows up there. Right, what does it say about the main deck? Good, we'll have some music. This is where the crewmen, not the officers, lived while at sea. Each man had a narrow bunk to sleep in and a sea chest for his belongings. The main deck house. Is that their bunks in there then? That must have been for cargo. The ones downstairs must have definitely just been for cargo. Narrow bunk to sleep in and a sea chest for his belongings. All the space below deck was used to store cargo, therefore the sailors had to eat, sleep and relax in the small space. Fuck, this was it, the whole of the sailors. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 bunks. Right, let's say they were on rotation 50-50 or whatever. So it's like 30, is it only a crew of 32 or something? Wowee. I thought it would take far more people to sail this ship, but I'm sure it'll come up. Discuss how many men lived in this area, count the bunks. What would you pack at sea? How would you pass your time? Remember that there was no electricity, so you could not bring a television or computer. No TV or computer games? I would bring my porn. Right, I think that's for the wee kids. But next door you'll find the galley, where food was prepared. Each sailor was entitled to a scale of provisions and ate 3 meals a day in order to stay healthy. How does the galley differ from your kitchen? Imagine. Jocks challenge. Gotta love it. But look, alert, alert, alert. There has been real hay used working the ship. This might tell us how many people. Life in the deck house. Right, let's have a wee. For the crewmen, the daily routine at sea included some hard work and often boring tasks such as painting, chipping rust, polishing brass, work, scrubbing or wholly stoning the deck and making repairs to the rigging. Working with the rigging and sails was the most dangerous task on board, and all weathers crewmen would climb the rigging and struggle out on the yards to take in sails at heights of 100 feet or more above the deck. The largest sails weighed more than a ton when they dry and double that when wet. The The merest slip could result in a sailor falling to his death in the deck below or being swept away in the current. One such accident on the ship resulted in the deaths of 2 crewmen while on a passage to South America in 1906. Apprentice Arno Ringrose, 19, and able seaman Henry Parsons, 39, struggled to stow a mainsail in the force of freezing winds and driving rain. After a fierce battle, they lost their footing in the main yard and plummeted headlong into the heavy seas below. For the log of the incident, 1906. I was going to tell you, on March 27, 1913, 19-year-old Fred Newman from Chicago signed on to be an able-bodied seaman in the Provenlian port of Callao. This deckhouse became his home for the following 8 months. Noonan shared this featureless place with up to 15 other men ranging from the age of 18 to 56. They came from all over the world, including Scandinavia, Germany and France. The Masonic world. Following a distinguished 22-year career at sea, which included sailing around Cape Horn 7 times, Noonan contemplated a new career direction. After learning to fly, he received a limited commercial pilot's license in 1930, and he was enlisted his occupation as Avatar in 1937. Noonan accompanied Earhart on her ill-fated round-the-world flight attempted. He disappeared over the central Pacific Ocean and he was declared dead. Ah, God, man, that's weird. That guy had been aboard this ship, eh? So, hospital, toilet, hospital, carpet in doctor's house, galley, cruise decks, and you come here, you get another main hatch. That was the fore hatch, that other one I showed you. This is the main hatch, and the main hatch is against the main mast. So there's a foremast, main mast, fore hatch and main hatch. Making sense? And again, these are like lids you take off and they go all the way down. I'm gonna... Fucking hell, man, it's no rest for the wicked. These decks are like gonna scrub themselves, you know. Oh man, I'm having fun. I know you're not allowed. You should be sitting around being miserable, talking about how the Illuminati mind controlling us all, but nah, not today. Right, let's look at the name of this mast. Mizzen mast. So there's the mizzen hatch. Mizzen. That's how we mizzen. Mizzen hatch. And again, this is where the British Empire opens up their hatch and all their hookers and blow in. So you've got that main one, the cruise thing. Let's see what this thing is here.
Well, only to the people who like
only to me with that.
Yeah, filthy mind like you.
I might just do that. So let me figure out what this room is for. That might give it away, but I don't know if this is just a prop. I shall find out. Oh, look, this is an original feature. An elevator. I don't think we get these anymore. They're called elevators. But let's have the TCMTL. Restored 1993 to 99. The restoration of the ship was funded principally by the Heritage Lottery Fund and the European Regional Development Fund, and by many individual donors. Refitted in 2006 to 2011. The refit to prepare the ship. Oh, very bad connection. I'm losing signal. Talking about where it got the money from. Tall ship at Riverside. Financially by the monies paid by all those who visited and uses the ship, by charitable donations and by the City Council of Glasgow. This plant was unveiled by the Right Honourable the Lord Provost of the City of Glasgow, Councillor Bob Winter, 20th of April 2012. Right man, tell me what this room was. There's your umbrellas. Explore the tall ship, right. The things are always... Oh no, not come here to watch fucking TV. For fuck's sake. I came all this way to watch some TV.
And that unit at the back of the ship, the stern, it's called the mizzenmast. Fourth main mizzen. Do you think you can remember that? And see the big bits of wind that go right across the mast? They're called the yards.
Man, that guy speaks more Glaswegian than that, eh? Right, I'm trying... What is this? I need to go and find an expert. It's really annoying me they don't tell you what this room is used for. Wow, look, made in Hamburg. Oh, that must be an original. So I don't know, is this like the navigation room or something? I'm going to have to find an expert. But let's go up to the captain bit first. Then we'll go down. Look at the grand captain's bit. So these are just like seats. This is where the captain must have been able to just sit and chill out, man. Captains had it good, didn't they?
There you go, bud.
And these would have been like light hatches going down to the captain's quarters, which we shall go down to in a wee second. I wish I knew like sort of the right terms for all this and stuff. Now here's the Glenlee here. And again, they're probably tables for maps, I don't know. They're more like tables than seats, but I suppose they could be either or. But that does look like it's actually functional. And what's this called? The stern. And the reason the steering wheel is at the stern is that's where the rudder, I believe it might be called, would be to steer it. And you'd be sitting here looking at the compass. Oops, I didn't want to do that. You'd be here, look at the compass, adjusting that ever so slightly to get you perfectly on course so you can do your navigation. And somebody would be there trying to get it on point. And this is the map room. I don't know if this is the real name for it, but it is the map room. These flags are older than most nations' flags, and these flags, a lot of them are very similar to nations' flags. But yeah, these flags used to be, as you can see, like a coded language, so you could talk to ships spell out things, all the bunting and ships and stuff. I didn't know that. Agreement. Oh, logbook. So I imagine this must have been like all your maps and stuff. So the captain would have kept all his... Ooh! Right, hold on, where do we find 4 degrees west. 4 degrees west, where's that? Right, and 55 north. There's 55 north there. So that would have been Port Glasgow. Coordinates. 55 north. Oh, I can't do it with one hand. Let me see. Woo, correct. Right, now, interesting point. These are degrees. Some will agree. Here you've got the Tropic of Capricorn, the Tropic of Capricorn, the Tropic of Cancer. It's about maybe like 26 degrees or something. Now, interesting about these things is it's understanding how to circumnavigate the globe, not a fucking flat earth, and the 33rd degree. Right, so the 33rd degree is about there. 33rd degree, north and south, so it's known as the 33rd parallel. And if you know where you are from the equator by using the measurements and geometry and triangulation, the words are escaping me right now because I'm a dumb guy trying to explain complex things, but you can triangulate things, trigonometry, right? All that stuff which allows you to circumnavigate the globe. Why is 33 degrees significant to the Masons? Well, go and look at the 33rd parallel when it comes to map reading and being able to know where you are on the globe, on the map. So interesting stuff, but remember, these ships didn't go round the world, they didn't circumnavigate the globe, they weren't able to sail round the whole globe without GPS and all that because we stay in a flat earth. I mean, please people, go and check yourselves before you wreck yourselves, man. There are people out there convincing people of crazy stuff. Right, but let's have a wee shifty at this. This is really interesting. I'm assuming these are originals that have been kept, and then like, is there? Oh God! Right, here's the Chief Officer's Logbook. SP Blackburn and Co. New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore. Sailed. God, I can't read that. That's Liverpool. Steamship. David George. You know, why can't I read that writing? It's strange. Because I'm stupid, but anyway. What do you have on, like, the main ones of these? There we go. Logbook. So you've got the hours, distance, course. Hours, distance, course, winds. This is what the daykeeper all know where they're going. Oh, brilliant, here we go. The poop deck. Go upstairs to the poop. And the poop cabin. This is exactly what I wanted to know. Go upstairs in the poop deck. Right, so the map stuff is the poop deck. chart room. Oh, the cabins. This is the captain's chart room. Alright, the poop deck is out there. And this is the chart room. Sunglasses off. Oh right, look here. Remember that guy Alex was saying, how are you going to measure angles? Honestly, man, people fell off the cliff of daftness out of sheer hate. Man, all their negativity goes to their head and it goes pop. Right. So this is the poop deck. Do you know why it was called the poop deck? Because it was the shit. This is where he wanted to be. Right, let's go downstairs. Without breaking my neck, hopefully. Whoa. It's more like a free fall than a set of stairs, man. Whoa. Right, it's the captain's chart room. Right, check it. Captain's quarters was not too shabby at all. It's more of a picture, look at that. Got an actual picture of that guy. The owners of the Glenlee. I mean, look at that. That's quite spectacular. Here's the kitchen, the captain's own wee kitchen. My God, you see like the tins of soup and all that. Right, and let's see what was through here. So that was a steward, so I think that might have been like the captain's slave. Wee cupboard or something in there. So these must have been quarters, second and third mate. Must have been. And second and third mate, so the captain's main crew would all be looked after very well, or relatively very well. Their own nice wee bits of space and stuff. Oh, sorry. And here's the captain's bed. So the captain had his own bed. Wait till you see the captain's bath. The captain had his own bed. His own wee writing room. His own wee cupboard. There's the... Oh, my battery's running out. I'm going to have to borrow the captain's... bed for a wee second. I'm prepared for this. And brought a battery pack. phone is on charge. Now I can show you. Do not use. Oh my god, the scariest thing is they had to put a sign on it. Who the hell was shitting in here? Oh dearie me. But look at that bath would cost you a fortune nowadays. Yeah, so this is the captain's bed. That's the chart room. Alright, so the saloon, pantry and steward. This will answer some of my questions, I think so. In this area you'll find the captain's saloon, which was his office and living room. When he was at sea, he would also eat dinners in this room. His food was prepared in the pantry by his steward. So the steward was his cook. Right, I get it. So the stewards used to make a good stew. I wonder if the word steward comes from stew. Find a small cabin with 4 bunk beds inside. This was the cabin for the ship's apprentices. And here, ship's apprentices. Well, they used to be better treated than some of the crew. Masts and rigging outside next to the galley. You will find the main hatch. If the weather is dry, try climbing on top of the hatch and lie down so you can look up to the mainsail. The mainsail reaches 41 metres. Might go and do that, So, here you had, during the ship's 23 years as a cargo vessel, the poop cabin was home to 5 merchant navy captains, and numerous junior officers. The captain was in absolute charge of the ship and was responsible for overseeing the navigation of the vessel, the buying and selling of cargoes, and of course discipline and well-being. Captains, officers and apprentices. Longest serving crew will know what the captain is. First mate, sometimes known as the chief officer or simply the mate, was second in command and responsible for the captain. Command during the final leg. Apprentices. He was 14 and went to sea to train as a merchant navy officer. He did not receive any wages. Instead, his family paid the shipping company £30 a year for 4 years, so the son might one day become master of a vessel like the Glenlee. YTS, training ship officers. This used to make this area very light, I suppose, getting a lot of natural light. Right, there's the saloon. Obviously been in here, let's get ourselves down the stairs. Shiver my timbers, Gary. Alright. Shiver my timbers. Smells nice though. There's the sort of same layout, but this is the Archibald. So up there be the hospital, the chippy and the toilet. be the crew's quarters and galley. Still don't know what that bit is. Need to find out. And then your crew quarters up there. And your navigation and stuff. So here is the cargo hatches. So it's the hatch up there. And they go all the way down into the holds. Into the holds. So where's the best place to start? Loading cargoes. Right. Sugar. Sugar would come, I'd imagine sugar would come from South America. No, I don't even... Rice would come from Indonesia, I believe. Can't see if I wasn't holding this, I would do it to figure it out, but you can pause it at home and see if you can figure it out. So it's the main mast. So I wonder what this deck was called. I can't go around that, it's the shop. Do you know what, I don't normally do this, but in fact I'm skint. Donating to slave ships. Slaves donating to slave ships. Nearly got me there, nearly got me.
2011.
Let's watch some TV. Oh, good.
So in 2010, Mr. Frank Brown and Dr. Christopher Mason asked me to manage and work on the restoration of the poop cabin. It was a mighty challenge. There was cost factors and time deadlines which we had to factor into the whole project, and it was work in which I revelled the opportunity, but it was going to present an awful lot of challenges. Nothing in a ship is straight, nothing in a ship is level. As you can see as you look round, there are curves and bends and arcs everywhere. You can see hardwood finishes. It's not in the original mahogany because that is a protected species now. It's using wood called F.E.A.R and Iroko. The layout of the poop cabin is as close as we can get it to the original drawing, with captain's quarters, first mate's quarters, second mate's quarters, a galley, a steward's quarters and the cadets. It's pretty much, we hope, as it was when it was first built. A lot of time, a lot of effort went into the making of it, and I'm really proud of the end result.
I disappeared for a second. So this is us coming up to the bow of the ship, I believe it's called. You've got the bow and the stern. The bow's the front, the stern's the back. Dino, did we come here? I'm trying to think. We went to the Transport Museum. I'm sure it was the old one when you were up here, mate. God, that was years ago, man. The Sailmaker's Workshop. Right, now, I don't know if the signal is going to keep up, so if the signal dies, it's because we're going below. Dino, stay tuned, mate. You will love the engine room, mate, because it's been refitted with a big massive diesel, I think it is, or something. The lower deck. So we're going into the cargo hold now. Oh yes! Thank God. Good, I'm going to be happy. Yes. Back. It's mine. The size of those baskets, man. Again, there's the foremast for it. Cool. Guano. And rice. On the way back from Australia, the Glenlee often carried grains such as wheat. If stored incorrectly, the ship's pumps could become clogged with grain husks, making them ineffective. Grain could also get very hot and go on fire if it was damp at the time of loading. A highly unpleasant cargo made up of bird droppings amassed over hundreds of years and contains high levels of ammonia. It was used by the native populations in South America as a fertiliser, but it was not until 1800s that Europeans discovered its agricultural benefits. The best source of guano came from small barren islands off the coast of Peru. So that was bird shit, basically. Where it could be up to 200 feet deep. Fucking hell, I must have been shitting there for a long time. Because I knew I recognised the name, but I didn't know what it was. Oh yes, right. Coal, case oil. Mostly petroleum products. It was usually slipped in 5-gallon cans packed in 2 cases and nitrates, wheat, sugar and rice. Yes, look at this. Came here for a tour and all I'm doing is working. And here's one of... Make sure you check that out.
Okay.
There's one of the cargo holds. Now this is quite interesting. Original freshwater tanks. Ballasts. balance the ship while sailing, empty or light ballasts of pig iron, stones or sand had to be taken on. Often hundreds of tons had to be loaded and then unloaded just to move a ship across a harbour. Today, 700 tons of pig iron are stowed below Glenlee's cargo deck to help her keep stable. You can see some of the iron ingots just forward of the original water tanks. Let's go in here. Looks pretty modern. Glenlee plant during the Glenlee years. The ship was fitted with 2 dynamos, each driven by diesel engines. I was right, diesel engines. Wow. The marble switchboard panels were cleared of dirt. So, at some point this got fitted out with diesel engines as well. And there's the old switchboard and all that for the diesel engines. Let's go down and have a lookie. Well, if that's the diesel engine, and I'm pretty sure it is, that's got to be the gear stick. Just put it in it first. The heating system that you see here was funded by, so it's a heating system. The Glenlee was for 37 years the pride of the Spanish Navy.
Look at this engine.
What's that one exactly?
That's the big man. Look at that.
Right, I put it in first gear, now it's time to start the bad boy. Right, we're taking off. These are the diesel engines, I think. To me they look like diesel and jet engines. Damn, shit, the engine's broke. Aye, they are the diesel engines. Man, look at the size of those bad boys. Oh god, that's broke. It's not good. Here's the designs of them. Oh, it's pretty. That's an old sort of a thing. They don't do that anymore. There's beautiful drawings and illustrations like that. careful.
It looks like how the pools are getting there. It looks like it's pools, doesn't it?
Right. I don't know about yous, I am absolutely starving.
Have you got your number there and I'll just 2 seconds for them.
Cheers. Let's get back out on deck. Whew. Well, hopefully he's enjoyed that. I know I did. Whew. I'm gonna. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, man. I know I did. Ah, man. And I'm going to learn a lot more about all this stuff and start taking notes and that. Oh shit! I'm gonna. Oh my god! Try to do too many things at once. But I did enjoy that. That was pretty cool. No handies, oh shit. Go and find a wee place in the sun. Right place in the sun. I am fucking starving. Only had 2 apples to eat today. Oh god, don't do that. It'll break. That's no good. How do I get my bike? There we go, stand there. Oh dearie me. Well, hopefully you did enjoy that. I know I did. The poop deck. The poop deck is the shit, because that's where the captain is. But the shit in a good way, you know what I mean? That poop deck is the shit. So, that was pretty cool. See if I'll show you. See, I always assumed there was like a crow's nest right up at the top. Right, let me see where my finger is, right up at the top. But there appears to be only one there. Where's the other one? One there. And the other one's kind of hiding under the mast, I think. On that. So what's that? The mezza mast, the main mast, and the foremast. Woo! I learned something new today, Mama. God. Taps off. Taps off. Taps off. Oh no, it's the skater boys. I think they're all doing their skater boy stuff with their baggy pants and shit. Man, they're doing wee scooter tricks and all that. Never even knew that shit existed in Glasgow. But hey ho. That was pretty interesting. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Let's see. Maria, how you doing? Truth Freeze in the afternoon. Charlotte's still in the room. Pam, how you doing? Thanks for staying. Dino, how you doing, my man? Mate, you ever get your ass up here again, we'll definitely go round that ship. Truth Freeze. Gary was in Society of the Spectre. How you doing, my man? Anybody else in the chittity chat? So, if you did enjoy that, if there's anybody new in the room that doesn't know the script, well, George was in as well. What are you doing, George? Blazing was in. Share it. Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. Digital busking, if you do enjoy this crap and you've get any value from it, it's a Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. And remember, your spare change, not your life savings. Digital busking out in the real world. But this is what I want to do. Here's my plan. Design my own tours with my own shit about the stuff the way I see it and take people on them. I mean, what's there not to love? And I think that's far more productive than in lots of ways. It might even be some sort of a fucking, might actually even be able to make a living off it. Imagine that. That'd be crazy. Be crazy. Finding something you like to do, enjoy, and you can actually make money from doing it and survive and make a life for myself. I know it's bad. People shouldn't be thinking about doing that stuff. Thumbs it up, all the good stuff. I'm going to, what time's that? Fuck, it's 3:45. I got to go, man. Aye, definitely, Pam. It really is. I highly recommend it. Get out there in the world and speak to as many people as you can. You'll find it isn't as bad a place as the news tells you it is. How do I check my battery? Where is it? 16%. Woo, I reached my goal. I've done 5,000 steps today. Thank you, Android. I'm trying to think if there's a way. Aye, truth freeze. I do love going up and speaking to people, but mate, I just end up arguing with folk. I can't be arsed with that. You know what I mean? I find it hard to talk about anything that's important to me without getting, let's say, passionate, which basically just makes everybody want to fight. I can't be fucked with that. Life's too short to go about fucking arguing with folk, you know what I mean? It's just fucking bullcrap, man. I mean, it doesn't matter where you go, who you're talking to, and what you're talking to them about. The way I put things across in my... Maybe I've got a bad attitude, I don't know. But it just doesn't seem to do anybody any favours. Especially me. I know it's crazy, but it actually matters to me. Hold on, I might be able to do this. Well, I don't think I've got a bad attitude, Charlotte, but the majority of people think I do. That's the problem. And do you know what I mean? And it's not like I'm going to change my attitude or anything. I can't. It's just, life's too short just to bounce about arguing with folk, man. And that's unfortunately all I'm good at. And I can't be arsed just walking around arguing with people. Let's see. There we go, sorted. Put this away. Right. I'm just going to end it there, man. That's crazy horse. Continue to film. I'm just going to drive home anyway. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed that wee trip round to Glenlee, the tall ship of Glasgow. Interesting stuff on everybody's doorstep. If you know where to go and look for it, have a good journey. All links below. And tune in tomorrow for another World Info War News at 1. Catch you.